I mean, we ain't gotta go all the way there. Let's see if we live. Alright, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. We like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. And today I got the brother
Rain,
known as the brother Barak, and with an Akim from the Great Millstone Church of Birmingham. And once again, what else could we do but prophesy, man? Just like in the time of Noah, pretty much Noah could only tell you that it was gonna rain, man.
Yep.
And who ever heard such a thing in those times? Same thing now. People is foreign to hear destruction in America in the same breath, unless you're hearing America destroys some country.
China, America destroys Iran.
Yeah. Instead of America being destroyed. Well, that's what we're telling you, man.
Is it?
That the destruction of America is not, and we are witnessing the events that's going to build up to this monumental moment. You got something?
Yeah, real quick.
Go on.
Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid?
And that show you what message we bring forth to where the reaction should be fear. That should be your reaction when this trumpet is being blown. Matter of fact, get that in Corinthians 14, First Corinthians.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians 14, and I'm going to jump down to verse 7. It says, and even things without life, giving sound, whether piped or harp, except they give a distinction in the sound.
See, and guess what? We're blowing a distinct sound, man.
That's it.
That is a time of evil. That's the trumpet that we're blowing, man. That there's a time of evil, man. You know?
If I may add, the sound distinct, you're not going to get it confused with any other message, man. No, this trumpet that we're blowing, it don't sound like a everything is going to be all right song. No, man. It sounds like if you don't get out the house, then you're going to die. Yeah. You know?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, and they show you, like you said, that distinct sound. So they show you, just for an example, Great Millstone. You know what comes with this song. The sea hip, Jacob's trouble. You know, all hell breaking loose. Instead of these other camps, when what you hear, like you said, these people are being confused, because when you watch these other Israelite camps, you see moonwalks and grills and weddings. So they showing you what spirit they in, man.
Is it?
You got it, though.
I got some real quick just to back you up, because again, it's a certain spirit that you have to be in while you in this truth. It's the book of Ecclesiastes 7, and I'm gonna jump down to verse 2. It says, it is better to go into the house of mourning than to go into the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. And just adding on what you were saying, man. You basically in the spirit of everything is fine and dandy, but that's not the right spirit to be in, especially in the times that we are in, man. We're in the times when a famine is coming. You're gonna do the same break dance you was doing when the famine come. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna shoot a music video when there's no food in the Walmarts. You know, so why would you be in that spirit right now? You gotta. Let me go back to that 1 Corinthians.
Yeah,
going back to that
first. They say, and it is better, especially in this time, man. You know, but you got to go out.
1 Corinthians 14 and verse 7 again. And even things without life, giving sound, whether piped or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harp?
See, so how do you know the message and the seriousness is it? If I'm saying it correctly. You know, how you know what is piped or heart if it's not a certain distinct sound? And you, like I said, we blowing a certain sound, distinct sound, where it should be a certain reaction, fear, trembling, urgency. You know, it tells you that in the book of Joel, the 2nd chapter, that you're gonna We're going to sound the alarm in the holy mountain. Those are and the inhabitants of the land will tremble. And as you jump down, it talks about as the Lord uttered his voice before his army. Therefore, matter of fact, get that in the Joel, the 2nd chapter. I don't want to butcher it. Start at 11 and then on down.
This Joel 2 in verse 11. It says, and the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh shall utter his voice before his army. For his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh is great and very terrible.
That's the message. Yep, you got it.
It's like who can abide in it?
Keep going.
Therefore,
after you hear this message, this shall be your reaction. You got it.
Therefore, also now, saith the Lord, turn ye even unto me with all your heart, with fasting, and with weeping, and with mourning.
So this is the time to come back to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. You know, fasting and weeping and mourning. You got to continue.
And rend your hearts and not your garments.
See? Because now it's an inner man. You can't just throw the fringes on and think that you that was even John, John Baptist said, say not that we have Abraham to our father, man. You know? Because the inner man is being cleansed.
Yeah, the contrite, the upright in heart.
Yep. You got it, though.
It says, and rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh your power, for he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great kindness. Because, hey, we blowing the trumpet trying to save these people's lives, but they refuse to hearken. This is the book of Ezekiel 7, and verse 4, it's like Ezekiel 7, and I'm going to jump down to verse 14. It says, they have blown the trumpet even to make all ready, but none go to the battle, for my wrath is upon all the multitude thereof. You know, just going back into the Joel the 2nd chapter, man. It says, bring your heart and not your garments, man. And basically you have to return unto the Lord a certain way, man. You can't come in the presence of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh how you want to. No, it's a certain action, it's a certain spirit that you have to be in. But these other people, they're not trying to put you in that certain spirit, man. They're trying to put you in the spirit of this world, or basically put you in the spirit of Esau, so you can be blinded by the things that's going on. Because the reason why these people don't push forth the seed of prophecy, because they can't see it. They can't sing that certain song. They can't hit that certain tune. So instead of them practicing and trying to hit it, they just ignore it. And you can't ignore notes to a song, man. You know, when you hear a certain song, you hear a certain band, you can tell when the notes are off, man. You know, you gotta know.
Yep, and it said none go to the battle. Even though the trumpet was blown, they took it light, man. They disregarded it. And ultimately, that would lead to the wrath of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh consuming these people. And it's going to be by the plethora of ways, whether the famine, the beasts of the earth, whether natural or mechanical. The famine, like I mentioned, Esau, but that's a list of things, including the mechanical dogs.
Yeah, you know,
the jabs,
seed help,
you know,
gurgle troops,
your rations, you know. But you can go back to that Corinthians again.
Kind of going back to Corinthians, 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 7. Again, it says, matter of fact, verse 7, it says, even things without life-giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harp?
See? Yep.
For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?
So that show you what spirit, what message we coming in. There's a sense of urgency, the battle. So that show this is not just no trumpet of feasting, a trumpet of being merry. You know, this is a time of evil and of war, man. You know, and troubles. So this comes with a sense of urgency, but Jake don't want to hear this. They want to stay in Babylon, stay asleep here. But cool, the Lord is actually going to honor your request of staying in Egypt in this time.
Is it?
You know, and that will lead to you. That's going to lead to your detriment. You got something?
want me to get some?
Yeah, get
What's like you got it.
what you gonna say?
I got Ezekiel real quick.
You got it, bro.
Gun this the book of Ezekiel 2 and verse 3, just to add what you said about 2/3 don't want to hear it. It says, he said unto me, son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that hath rebelled against me.
A rebellious nation. See, that's a whole nother nation, man.
That's it.
You got the peculiar nation, that holy people, which is the Israel of the Most High. Then you got that foolish nation, that rebellious house, the scorpions, the vipers, that wicked. That's a nation of wicked Israelites. You know, you got it all.
Con, it says they and their fathers. Now just going back to Egypt. It says they and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are
into this very. See, that was just talking about to the time of Ezekiel, man.
That's it.
That's actually talking about now, because this is a living document, man. The scriptures are alive and well, man. When you talk about now, it actually talking about now, because when you read the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter tells you how the books were sealed to the time of the end.
That's it.
So now that's when it's meant to be read now. This is the time where it makes sense. As we just read in the book of Joel, when it talks about the army, you know, them horsemen. Well, it make a whole lot more sense because the horseman is on the scene, which is the missiles. You know, you got to know out.
God, it says, for they are impudent children and still parted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, whether they hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them.
See? And you're going to know that by the way of these calamities falling upon you.
That's it.
You know?
Because if I may, you know, once the famine come, it's going to be men with garments that's going to be in your eyes, man. Because those are going to be the men who told you about the famine or told you about, you know, the sea hip. Again, just like it says, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. You're going to know because the prophecy is going to be up close and personal, man. Like all these other doctrines that these different camps are pushing, you know, for lack of better words, it's going out the window now, man. The sea hip is making more and more sense as we get closer and closer until that moment, you know? So even like these, you know, where they got the guy who had the actual chip on his hand and things like that, it's going to be a point where you can't scoff no more, man.
Yeah.
You can't talk shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why it says, whether they hear or whether they forbear, you can talk shit. And even in 2nd Ezra, it says, fear not the incredulity of them that trouble thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness, man. So we're not going to worry about it, whether you get it or not. If you don't get it, that's bad for you. Well, if you do, call Allah Yahweh Shem have a shot, man. But guess what? If you don't get it, then it's death that's waiting for you, man. You know?
Get it on Proverbs 1 and start at like 23.
This Proverbs 1, jumping down to verse 23. It says, turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
See, so the Lord said he's gonna pour out his spirit. He's gonna make known his words. And you seeing that in his profession now, man. The Lord has said his men throughout the planet Earth on the highways and hedges, and it's being published by the way of the internet through, you know, YouTube. You know, the Lord is making known his words. He's pouring it forth to where now you just go to the search engine and type up Revelation 13 breakdown, great millstone. That's your how about Shema Shah making known his words unto you and pouring it forth, because it tells you day and night. Show of knowledge, something like that in Psalm. You ain't got to get in Psalm 19. It also talks about getting no rest. So you have as a body of men constantly
working,
bringing forth the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. You got it all out.
It says, because I have called and you refuse.
Yeah, and you refusing the calling, man. The Lord is showing, he's bringing forth a peace offering, man. When you read 2 Chronicles, the 36th chapter, talks about how the Lord sent his prophets because he had compassion on his people, man. This is the peace offering. This is that mercy Yahweh Shema Shah is bestowing upon us, man. by the way of this word being presented and us holding fast to it, because this is what's going to lead to life.
Is it?
You got it a lot.
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regards.
See, and the prophets has been stretched out throughout the earth. This is a marvelous work, man. That sign of Jonah, what I talked about.
Yeah.
You seeing this is a marvelous work. Number one, the Lord brought us back to life. You know, put the skin on us, put the breath in us, and we speaking, man. Expounding on the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. You got it.
Kind. It says, but ye have not sat not at all my counsel.
Yeah, because they don't see no profit in it. When you read Hebrews, the 4th chapter, it talks about how the gospel preached unto us as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them because they didn't have the gift of faith, man. You know, so they saying this and they taking this word light. They taking it as something foolish, that there's no profit in it. You know, if anything, a nigga will see, he'll try to use this as a form to get his rap career going or some stupid shit. He don't see the real value in this truth. And that's why Jake take it and they handle it a certain way. Cause this is precious, man. You know, you got it all.
I'm gonna read this in the NLT.
You got it.
This Proverbs 1 and 25. It says, you ignored my advice and rejected the correction I offered.
See? The correction that's going to lead to life, man. You ignored it. You went on the other side because you seen the count. Yeah, I mean. just you know, Jake, but knowing they off.
Yeah.
You know, but you ignoring it and taking it light and disregarding it, there's a penalty, man. Because this is a commandment to hearken unto Yahweh Shema Shah. You know, and it's on display by hearkening unto his men. You know?
So like if I may add, it's not like this an option.
Yes.
You know, yeah, you can listen to the Lord or you can just do your own thing. Yeah. No. It's only one way, for lack of better words. You got it.
Yep, that's it. That's the path to life. Since you want to ignore this, you got to go out.
It says, I also will laugh at your calamity.
See, that's going to be the results. The calamities. Why? Because you enjoyed yourself with the devil, man. And guess what? Even a black cunt nigga say he even got to, you know what I mean, be a black conscious nigga. He could be a black conscious nigga. You still was joined unto Esau. Because your doctrine still included a McDonald's. It was still a McDonald's around. You had a 5 and 10 year plan. That means you added more time to your prison sentence, man.
Hey, and it was working too.
Yeah. Yeah, you were on year 4. You were almost done with your. But the American flag is flying in your mind by the way of you putting your energy into this place, man. In one way, form, or fashion to get yourself making your bed here. But that's going to be the results of not holding fast to the words of Yahweh Shema Shah. Calamities is going to befall these people, man.
Is it?
Because that means you're joined with America. The Lord have made it simple. He just is a dividing line. You know, is a no gray areas. Well, it's a triple threat match or a fatal 4-way. No, it's you not with the Lord, you against him, man.
Yeah, either you with it, to whoever don't gather with me,
scatter abroad. So
know?
If you ain't under this, you under the watch of Esau. You under the shadow of Esau, as you read 2 Corinthians, the 4th chapter.
You got it. My bad.
Talk about the God of this world have blinded them. Lest the glorious light of the gospel of Yahweh should shine unto them. So they show you Esau has some form of influence of you not receiving this all the way. You got it all.
Just if I may, going back to the quote you made earlier today about Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Jake the Lord gonna actually grant your request. You understand Egypt because that's the same spirit coming back, man. It ain't like just you listen to the Lord back then and now you don't listen to him. No, man. For lack of better words, that rebellious spirit have always been inside you, man. You know? Got him go back to the Proverbs.
Yeah, go back to the Proverbs.
Proverbs 1.
And 26 again.
In 26, it says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh.
See, and that mocking gonna play out through us, because that's gonna be part of the reward. You know, seeing our enemies, those that rebelled. The Lord had, well, we was preserved during the famine, and also this nigga, but he was eating rats and shit. He's at a destitute state.
Rabies, foaming off at the mouth.
Yeah. So the Lord's gonna mock you through us, man. But those calamities gonna fall upon you. Why? Because you didn't hold fast. You didn't take heed to the instruction. You got it.
It says, it says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, and distress and anguish cometh upon you.
Yep. See, and it said when, because ultimately it's coming. It's not like if it comes. It said when, because ultimately it's inevitable, man. Yahweh Shema Shai gonna bring these things. This is a promise. You know, you got it.
It says, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
See, yeah, you're gonna be diligently looking for Yahweh Shema Shai. You know, when that famine of the word come. Nigga he went through all these different search engines and
DuckDuckGo, Google, Yahoo.
You physically came to account. It didn't matter, man. The results are already in. You know, you clocked in, now you clocked out, now you getting paid for what you have done.
Yeah.
You got it.
It says, for they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They would none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof.
So that show you, that's the defense for the calamity. That's how you're going to be preserved from these said perils. The instructions, the reproof, the sayings of Yahweh Shai, man. You know, this is what's going to lead to this is what's going to lead to our preservation, man. Because America is about to be destroyed. We actually in the process now for America being destroyed.
That's it.
And niggas still want to be niggas in America. Cool. Your cucumbers and shit is gonna all burn up too, man.
Leaks.
Yeah. You gotta.
If I make just going back to Egypt, Jake seen the Lord do a marvelous deliverance. But you're gonna turn back and say you're gonna forget about
the chariot.
Yeah.
Right there. Nigga still, man.
Still I had a problem. That's why the ultimate solution for you niggas is just to kill them, man.
Yeah.
That's what happened in the wilderness. We had to go around the wilderness for 40 years till the Lord killed the niggas off, man. And then we can go into the land. But the Lord, he's finna do it in a quicker way right now, man. You know?
That's it.
But going back to this Proverbs 1 and verse 31, therefore shall they eat the fruit of their own way.
See, and that's your doctrine. You're gonna have to eat that, which is gonna lead to perplexity. You got it.
It says, and be filled with their own devices.
See?
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
See, that's gonna be the climax to these doctrines. Everything outside of this is gonna lead to destruction, man. That's gonna be your destination of your doctrine, destruction. You got it.
And the prosperity of fools shall destroy them. But whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely.
See, but whoso hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely. That's that house.
Me and my house.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
It says, and shall be quiet from the fear of evil.
And that's the time that we coming into, man. Where evil like no other has been seen on the planet Earth. To where it's not nothing carnal that you can do to escape. Some as subtle as this word is gonna be that hedge, man.
Is it?
Because it's gonna be that bad. What else could you? It's gonna be that always. It's gonna come down to hope.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's gonna get. You know.
Hope like no other.
That's it.
I got some real quick for you.
You got it, bro.
This is the book of 1 Timothy 4 and verse 16. It says, take heed unto thyself.
Yep.
And unto the doctrine.
Yeah, because that's the standard. Those that walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy. You got it.
Continue in them, for in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
You got it out.
And just going back, man, because if you hearken unto the words of Yahweh Shema Shai, basically you're hearkening unto salvation, man. You know, you hearkening unto the instructions of life, man. If you lost and somebody give you instructions to be found, if you ignore those instructions, then you're as good as dead. So through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, the Lord have set up men to give you the instructions to life, man. You know, ain't like brothers got this on their own. You know, you went to sleep and all of a sudden you got the name of the Lord. No, man, somebody had to teach you and tell you the way to go. Again, it's a standard that you have to hold yourself up unto, man. You know, that's why it says, take heed unto thyself. And that's the first thing that we should be looking at. You know, and into the doctrine, continue in it, continue to fight, continue to endure, so you may save yourself and them that hear thee, man. Because we push out this word full of flock, man, so they can be saved. And we pray that we're part of that number so we can be saved too, man. You know, hope like no other. You got it, though.
Hey, that's heavy too, like you said, because that's the climax of our doctrine. Salvation tells you that the gospel of our salvation to be delivered. See, we got a climax. It's gonna life. Our Lord Yahweh said that it's gonna spring up into everlasting life. We on that the path to immortality. We being introduced to it. While everybody else, we'll just close out. So Lord willing, we just hope that we're edifying. We'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say shalom to the elect. They're teaching the word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide, soon, very soon.
Tonight.
Dealt to these niggas, man.
Yeah.
Nigga, man.